and the Seattle Seahawks have taken Mississippi State offensive tackle Charles Cross at 9th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft. Now, of the offensive tackles in this class, I think Charles Cross was the most proven pass blocker in that kind of air raid offense at Mississippi State this past year. 719 pass blocking snaps. That's an NFL caliber workload, a high-end NFL caliber workload for Charles Cross. And in those 719 pass blocking snaps, he allowed 2 sacks and 16 pressures. That's really good. And that's a pretty significant jump from where he was in 2020. So maybe there's a little bit of concern there. But this guy's 21 years old. With the best season of his career. A really good pass blocker, a really fluid pass blocker. Someone who still has to add some muscle to his frame because he's a little bit undersized, especially for run blocking. And if you're Seattle, they love to run the ball. They love to run block. So Charles Cross is a little bit different of a player than we're used to seeing the Seattle Seahawks take. We're used to seeing taking bigger players, more run blocking oriented. But Cross is coming from an unconventional college offense where he's primarily a pass blocker and arguably the best pass blocker in the 2020 class. And he's got 1 season to really play under his belt. But the Seattle Seahawks desperately needed help with tackling. You cannot go into next year having lost Brandon Shell and Dwayne Brown for agency and go with Stone. I know Stone Forsythe you drafted last year, who actually liked quite a bit out of Florida. But there were still concerns there because he hasn't really played a considerable number of snaps at the NFL level. And he did drop in the draft last year. So there were concerns there. It was pretty obvious that Charles Cross was a top 3 tackle in this draft and a top 12 prospect. I think I had him as number 9 on my total big board. So this is a player who deserves to go at this spot. And actually, if I had him now on my big board, that's actually a pretty good roll by me. Pretty good call on my part. Seattle took him at this spot. But hey, Cross, like I said, a tremendous pass blocker who's got really good athleticism, really good feet to be able to stay in front of guys as a pass blocker. Not going to be the grinded out kind of tackle that maybe we've seen in the past from Seattle. Although I don't know if I would consider Dwayne Brown that anyways. He's been there for the past couple of years. But Charles Cross, the player does not necessarily have the ability to play multiple positions like we saw from Evan Neal and Ike McGuane, who went earlier. They can play both guard spots and I think arguably both tackle spots. Cross has been a pure left tackle in college football, and I expect that's where he'll stick in Seattle.